how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Not too bad. Just got back from vacation and I'm so glad to get back. I've never been away from home that long in my life. So,
Yeah, it was what, several weeks?
no, it was almost 3 weeks. But usually
Yeah.
we just go like 9 days, 10 days at the max anywhere. Because Rooney, my husband, gets itchy.
Oh,
He doesn't
okay.
like to be on the road too much. But anyway, today, along with Eric. Hi, Eric, my sweetie.
He's saying, "Hi, Mom." He's very hyper.
Oh God, I know that's him. That's him. So I was thinking we would talk to, and this I guess was your suggestion or Emma's, about meditation. Something I suck at royally. And I have to admit, I'm very undisciplined and do not practice because I've got so much other stuff going on, even though that should be one of the most important things. So,
He's saying, excuses, excuses, excuses.
I
That's
know,
all I'm hearing.
I
That's all
know.
I'm hearing.
I could find the time. I really could. But will
Well,
I?
he says, Mom, I wanted to bring this up because, we talk about meditation, and every person that Kim and I talk to, that Emmanuel and I talk to, they always say the same thing. Well, it doesn't really work, or I just don't have the time, or, I can't get my mind to be quiet, or I just can't sit there and just, be quiet. It just doesn't work. So I decided to talk to you about this and to talk to everybody about this, because so many people have the wrong idea about meditation. He's
Okay.
saying meditation is, it's not about being quiet, not at all.
Oh,
You have to have thoughts. It's impossible for humans to not have thoughts, okay? It's just a different way of looking at your thoughts. It's a different way of looking at your emotions. It's a different way of looking at your body at the time that you are meditating. So it's actually a really, 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 really good way to figure out, who am I? Why am I here? What's going on in my life? And how can I see my problems in a different, more objective and clearer way, so I can find a suitable solution? So I don't have to have my emotions and my grief and my sorrow and my fear and every emotion that we possibly have interfere with trying to find the right answer to the right question.
well, for me, it's not so much about emotions getting in the way. It's just stupid thoughts like jingles like visiting angels, America's choice in home care, or Stanley Steamer makes carpets cleaner. I mean, the stupid stuff. Or like thinking about unloading the dishwasher, or do I need to put Clorox on the grocery list? Of stupid stuff. Anyway, go ahead.
He's saying, that's okay, Mom. That's okay to have those thoughts. You know why? They're part of you. They are a part of your daily life and what keeps you busy and what keeps you going, basically. So that's okay to have those thoughts. The problem is that people always think you have to be quiet to meditate. So you can have that monkey mind. You can have all that chatter in your head. Chat, 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 chat. So what do? He says.
Well,
Okay.
let's digress a little bit and first talk about you wanted to talk about the science behind it because a lot of people meditation, oh, that's so airy fairy, woo woo, airy fairy.
Well, he's talking about how meditation is it's still very woo woo. It's still, a lot of people think, it's just sitting there and being quiet. It doesn't do anything. There's no proof. Blah blah blah. Yada yada yada. He's saying, man, they have been examining meditation for over 40 years.
Wow.
Okay, there is proof, ladies and gentlemen. He is saying they have been studying this all over the world, even in America, even at Harvard University. There have been so many studies about this, and what they discovered is incredible. And for some reason, well, I know the reason, he says, but it's all been hush hush. Why? Because it's been proven that by meditation, you reactivate your self-healing ability, the self-healing ability of the body.
Oh, and you don't want to put big pharma out of business. That's what it is.
Exactly.
And hospitals and doctors.
What would happen? What would happen? So let's not promote something that's free and good for people, because we need to make money off of medicine. We need to make money off of stuff that doesn't even work. But, they'll let you know that it works. It works. Yeah, in their pockets.
But that's terrible. I saw an interview of a guy who said that 95%, I think, or maybe 99, I think 95% of times chemotherapy does not work in cancer, but the oncologists get, a kickback. They actually make money off of this is the only time a doctor will actually make money off of dispensing a medication. So, and they found things like even high dose intravenous vitamin C can cure a lot of types of cancers and other diseases, even, snake bites and so on. It cured this one guy who had adult respiratory distress syndrome from swine flu vaccine. He was in a coma for months, and the family said, stop everything. They were going to take him off the respirator. Stop, and let's give him IV vitamin C in high doses. And the doctors balked and laughed and they thought it was stupid. But finally they got their way, and his lungs went from being totally whited out to clear in one day. And the third day he was awake. And it cured his leukemia.
Yeah, he's saying, people underestimate the power of fruit, vegetables, herbs. They used to use, that's all they had. That's what medicine was in the old days. Yeah. It wasn't made in a factory. It wasn't some powder, some pill that they made. They used and even the stuff that we call weeds used to be used as medicine. Mm-hmm. That stuff works. He's saying even ginger, Mom, ginger is an anti-inflammatory. It has been proven that when you soak ginger into some other herbs, it can dissolve cancer cells.
Wow.
But that's, that wouldn't make enough money. So it's always, he's going to curse. That's the fucking case.
Well, you just say what he says. It's okay. It's painful, but
yeah.
We know you curse anyway. You and me both. Come on.
Do. Yeah. Every now and then.
Yeah.
When I get really upset.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're saying, fuck, Mom, this is bullshit. This stuff needs to come out. So, that's why a lot of these people are trying to get this out. They're trying to show you, hey, people, this works, okay? It's not because some fucking doctor tells you that you need fucking chemotherapy and then that's the only solution. That is the only solution. It's fucking bullshit, and everybody knows it.
Good. But meditation, tell me what it does. Tell me the science behind it. How does it work to heal us or to do whatever else meditation is supposed to do?
Well, he's saying, first of all, everybody knows that meditation reduces stress, right? And we all know that stress is a cause of a lot of diseases, a lot of illnesses, a lot of depression. It's the disease of our century, he says. It's the disease right now. That's the disease of all diseases.
How does it cure stress? How does it help stress?
What it does is, he says, when you meditate, you actually get to a calmer state of mind. We'll talk about that later, how you get there. Okay, Mom?
Okay. That'll be in part 2.
That'll be in part 2. He's saying, okay, so you get to a calmer mind. Also, it's very important that when you meditate, it's the breathing is very important. A lot of times people breathe very shallow, he says. Breathing in very deeply and releasing everything that's in those lungs is very, very important. It increases the oxygen to every part of your body. It decreases stress. Have you noticed that when we get really stressed out, what do? We automatically go,
oh,
right?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Okay, that's our body knows what it needs to do. We just don't do it anymore. So in order to get that stress reduced, breathing during the meditation is very important. Now, another thing that happens is, and we've talked about this in the third eye, is our pineal gland that gets activated when we meditate. And the reason it gets activated is because we're starting to release our stress. We're starting to get to a point of more balance, body and mind. We're getting calmer. So what happens is our serotonin starts to activate. The production of serotonin is activating in the brain, which makes you feel better. It makes you feel happier, right? So all that energy, that means your energy is starting to change, right? If we look at our energetic body before we start meditating, it's pretty low. We're pretty stressed out. There's a lot of stuff going on in our lives. So when we meditate and we can get to a place, and you can get there in like 20 minutes, if we can get to that place where we're nice and calm, automatically your energetic vibration starts to go up, and then on top of serotonin that is created, it keeps going up and up and up. So not only does your body get rest, your mind gets a break too for a change. So what the other thing that's very important and that people might not know is when you are in a meditative state, so your breathing is so much better than it normally is. You're getting to that calmer point. So hold on, Eric, you're going too fast. He's going. Oh, okay. So he's talking about how, so when we do get to that calmer state, the rest that our body receives, 1 hour of meditation equals 8 hours of sleep.
Wow.
So that is something that is proven in over 250 studies. So that they notice that, they put the little thing on the brain and they see what the brain does and the body does and all these little stickers everywhere. They've noticed that, that your body, when we sleep, we go in stages, right? We first go to the REM and then we go to the deep sleep, etc., etc. They've noticed that when people meditate, they go straight from being aware and their body, although the mind stays aware, the body goes into sleeping mode.
Oh, okay.
But it goes straight into that deep sleep, not into the REM where we're still working with our fears and all our worries, and that's when we start dreaming and stuff. So that is something that's scientifically proven. You guys can look it up. It's all over the internet. You just have to look it up. So not only do you feel better, your body will feel like it's slept for like 8 hours. So it'll feel rejuvenized. It'll feel like it has more energy. You won't be so tired anymore. And that's only in like an hour time. So you can catch up on whatever sleep you didn't get just by meditating, And what happens? Your body gets healthier, the mind gets healthier, and then the rest just follows.
Okay.
I mean, Mom, there's so many, you wouldn't even believe the results that they know. For instance, people, when they look at people who meditate versus people who don't meditate, they see 85% less heart and vascular disease.
Oh.
They see 75% less hospitalization in the older category. And they see 65% less cancer in people who meditate and people who don't. And these are studies done on like 25, 30,000 people. So
that's amazing.
Hello.
Yeah. So we got to carve out that time to do it. Now, you said it raises...
We gotta do it.
Yeah, it raises our vibration. Does that mean that it's easier for you guys to meet us halfway? Because you're vibrating at such a high frequency, and you had to lower yours to reach us. Will that make it easier for us to communicate with our deceased loved ones?
Yes. He's saying that's... I think about 95% of mediums, they will meditate before they do readings because it gets them to that higher level. It gets them to a better connection.
Okay.
This is from me. This is from Emmanuel. I meditate before every reading because then I feel like I connect to them, I hear them, and then when I wake up, I know they're there. I can feel them. So that's my routine. I meditate before every single reading. So I do a lot of meditation a
I
day.
bet you do.
You know, but yeah, once you get to that deep state of meditation, the important thing is though, don't fall asleep, okay, people? You fall asleep, you won't get the full results. The
Oh.
important thing is that we keep the mind awake. The body can fall asleep, that's totally fine, but the mind needs to stay awake, and then we have an easier connection. So
Well,
definitely.
well, let's talk more. Anything else about the science behind it? The science in it, how it actually works on a cellular level, on a brain level, on a. We know it helps the pineal gland and the release of serotonin and perhaps the release of DMT. We talked about that before.
Yes, the DMT is a very important one, which is only seen when you meditate. So that's another proof that that's our connection to the other side, he says.
Okay.
Now, basically, it just comes to vibration. When you meditate, your body vibrates at a higher level, and it vibrates in every cell at a higher level. So it is actually possible to get to a state where you can totally leave your body.
Wow.
Well,
That
you
must
can
take a
have
lot of
out your
practice.
body experience. That's a lot of
Oh,
practice,
yeah.
but anybody can do it. Anybody can do it.
Okay. Um, now, you also want to talk about how it affects the various chakras. Do you want to go into that?
Sure. Well, it's pretty much the same thing. What's the chakra? Chakra is an energy point in our body that controls and regulates the energy over all the whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what it does is once we get to that state of meditation and we get to that higher vibration, it'll balance out the energy in the different chakras. Therefore, let's say, a lot of people get tummy aches, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get that solar plexus chakra out of balance, and that's mostly caused by stress, by worries, by low self-esteem, things like that.
Sure.
So once we get our energetic body lined up through meditation, it will even out the energy in all the chakras.
Is there any chakra that particularly helps more than the others?
Well, the crown chakra you'll feel that in your head, buzzing.
Okay.
The crown chakra and the third eye chakra, which is right here and then right here, those two, if you really get to that deep meditative state, it is possible that you'll start feeling it vibrate.
Okay.
Okay. When you feel that, thumbs up, he says.
Good.
That's a good thing. That means you're getting really, really close to our vibration, and you'll have a really good chance of getting messages through, seeing people all of a sudden, getting an image of somebody that passed on, things like that. So
interesting. I remember practicing some technique to get out of body, to have an out of body experience, and I never did. It never did work totally, but I always sometimes I got to the point where my whole body was buzzing. So that must be.
That was a good thing, Mom. The problem is you have you can't hold on to it. You like to try new things, but you're not patient enough to do it long enough to get to that thing. Everything has to go fast.
I know. I gave up. I kept trying it. Yeah.
He says, "Mom, get some patience."
No.
He's saying it's a slow process, and that's the problem with a lot of people. Everybody wants it quick.
I know.
I've been doing it for 2 months and I still don't see any results. I give up. This stuff isn't working. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
I mean, the Dalai Lama's been meditating his whole life. Yeah, it takes a while. Okay, just give it at least a year. All right, just try it for a year.
Okay. Anything else?
And you know what, Mom? Some people are faster at it than others.
Sure.
It really depends on the mind. So,
okay.
Don't give up. Keep trying.
I
push
will.
you, Mom, until you get it.
I'm going to make it for a whole year at least. All right. So, anything else about the science behind it, or anything else you want to cover before we jump to part 2 about the techniques and things like that?
He's saying no. That should be about it. I mean, there's more to it than that, but let's keep it simple and so it sticks to people's minds.
Is there any part of the cell that it seems to have more of an effect on? I mean, does it work through the mitochondria? Or, I mean, I'm trying to get all scientific here. But
He's saying it goes through every single cell because it's energy.
Oh
So.
yeah, and cells are energy. Yeah.
Everything.
Okay. All right.
The
Well,
whole cell. That's why we can leave our body, because it gets to the whole shish kaboop, he says.
Sounds great. And you guys stay tuned for what follows, because I will tell you a little bit about Emmanuel and how to contact her and other little messages. But until part 2.
See you later, alligator.
See ya. Bye, Erik. I love you.
You say bye, Mom. See you later.